Good morning and welcome to Retro Gamer 365, where we are gaming every day. And today we're on Board Game Kick because it's near Christmas, so we're doing that. And so today we're going to go through Disney Sidekicks. And as it says, you're going to kick it into hero mode. And so this game is not about the heroes, it is about the sidekick. And to be honest, sidekicks are better than the heroes most of the time. And so it says on the back, power up your sidekick, take down the castle, rescue the heroes, and defeat the villains. And it says, treacherous Disney villains are teamed up and capture your favorite Disney heroes. They have plenty of tricks up their sleeve to help them defend the castle where the heroes are locked up. As crafty and courageous Disney sidekicks, you work together to rescue the heroes and defeat at least one of the villains. Rescue villagers to unlock additional powers, you're gonna need them. And so this game has these weird plastic glue seal things on the side. And I really hate these on puzzle boxes because they tend to tear the box up on the side. So most people just cut them down the center, but I hate having plastic left on the package, so I'm going to tear them off. But they come off rather easily on this one. I'm sure the longer it has sat there, the harder it's going to be to get off though. But there's only two of them instead of one on each side. So let me get the second one off and then we'll see what's in the box. Okay, there it goes. And so there's the box. Let's get it open. So there it is. This box is higher quality than the one for DuckTales Munchkins, which recently did a video on. So that's a good thing. But it's a Disney product, so it's probably gonna be rather cheaply made. But it has an up-to-date rules paper. Ooh. That's always awesome. Instead of just writing the rules, they write you paper for it. But here is the rule book, and this rule book is a lot bigger than some of the other ones I've seen. This one has 14 pages on it, so that's very foolish. And then we have the board game. This is actually a rather thick board, and it is double-sided, which is very strange for a board for board game now. And it says 2 and 3 players on one side and 4 players on the other. So, well, it says 4P and 2 to 3P. So I'm guessing that's 2 to 3 players, 4 players, which means that you have different rules based upon your players, which that's interesting. Tells you a lot about the game when they have that. Then you have little cards, and there are little tokens here, and there's lots of gas stones, which that's always disturbing because Gaston is an idiot. But then there's a symbol one here, and some locks, and Aladdin, Peter, and Belle, Genie, Iago, and a few other ones. Like it says Diablo is a henchman here. So I guess Diablo is this little raven. It belongs to Maleficent. And while Iago is attached to sidekick, roll a +1 attack die whenever the sidekick is attacked. That's good. There's all these little stars, and then some hearts, and some weird claw marks, shields, and then people faces, which on this side, they're exclamation points. On this side, they're little faces. And they're very well punched out because they're falling out just by touching them, so try not to lose them. It's a good thing they're in a sealed bag. Otherwise, they would be lost. But then we have all of this goodness. And so you have a bunch of little pieces in here. We're going to take out these cards first. And so these are the hero, or they're not heroes because they're sidekicks. But these cards are them. Let's see if I can get it open. That tore pretty easy. And so we have obviously Lumiere here on top. And does not want to come in. There we go. So we have Lumiere and Abu. I love Abu. And then Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. And they're from Sleep Beauty, if you didn't know. Timon and Pumba. I never liked Lion King, but I like Timon and Pumba. And then Tinkerbell, the most annoying fairy in existence. And then we have bad guys. So we have Maleficent, which, if you didn't know what her name is from, it is Magnificent Malevolence. That's where her name came from. And then you have Scar, who, if you watch the movie, he's actually talking with his brother's head after he kills him. That's pretty funny. And then, most arrogant guy on the planet, Gaston. The best bad guy on the planet, Jafar. Gotta love Jafar. He's such a jerk. And then Captain Hook, who's just more of an airhead than anything else. But he's fun. He's lovable because he's scared of crocodiles. And then under them is a big pack of other cards, which these ones are much easier to open than the ones that are shrink wrapped with the heat reacted one. These ones are actually wrapped like a normal card deck is from Cardamundi. And so they have a seal that's folded over and then glued shut. I think it's much better to do that. It causes less chance of damage to the cards because they're not being heated. And it makes them much easier to open. And so in here we have cards like this one, Eerie Silence. And then Full of Surprises and a few more that reference Gaston. So I'm guessing that all these ones with the yellow on them, like this, are all Gaston cards. And they all have a castle on the back. So I wonder if that's for storming the castle. Then you have green ones here for Captain Hook. Very hooky. And then we have purple here for Jafar, which I'm not sure why they use purple for Jafar. He's much more of a maroon kind of guy. And then we have a creepy bluish green for Maleficent, who is actually wearing purple. Why is she not purple? I don't know. And then we have Scar's cards, which are orange. It's a line. I guess it works. And then we have blue for Captain Hook, which I can't really say I understand Captain Hook being blue, but he had a lot more cards than anyone else, so that make him better. I don't know. We'll find out. But they're lovely. And then we have other cards here. I guess they're tied to the same color scheme because these are all about Abu and Aladdin's. They're all purple, but they all show Abu on the back. Very interesting. And then we have some bluish green ones here, all tied to Sleeping Beauty with the 3 fairies that are not as annoying, and they have their icon on the back. So I guess there are character cards tied to them too. And then we have yellow ones that have Lumiere and Cogsworth, and then Lumiere, more Lumiere, but then there's a picture of Belle. And then Mrs. Potts. It's pretty sad that she just died. Poor Angela Lansbury. But they all have Lumiere on the back. Yellow is a very iconic color for Beauty and the Beast. If you're playing Kingdom Hearts, you'll understand that everything is yellow tied to them. And then you have Timon and Pumba, which here's with Simba. He's a waste of time. But there's Timon and Pumba and grubs. And there's Mr. Pig to you. And then Hakuna Matata, because you can't have Lion King without that. And then you have Simba and Nala with them, and then Timon. So they're very orange. It works out, I guess. And then finally here we have the green weird ones for Tinkerbell, who's always shown green, except in the movie where she's always wearing yellow. I'm not sure about that one. And then you have Peter Pan flying through London with the weirdos. And then you have Tinkerbell there, more Tinkerbell, more Tinkerbell. Okay, there's the one shot where she's wearing green. It's because she doesn't have any fairy dust left. But elsewise, fairy dust. And it shows her on the back, so very color coordinated, I guess. It does say on the box you must have understanding of English in order to play this game, though, so make sure you can read. And then we have right here 5, it looks like, instruction cards. And so these are like the summary cards you get in a lot of games where it says the steps of the turn and then what the icons mean on the back. Very useful card for when you're playing, just getting used to it. And then a card that literally does nothing. I don't get it, but it's there. And so then we have in the box a big die. And so this die is not in size. All these are just little pictures on there. It looks like they are decals essentially. There's no texture to them or anything, so these will wear off over time. So I would recommend making a copy of this die or taking a picture of it so you can remark it as necessary if it wears out, because it's going to. And then we have little castle pieces, it looks like. Got a little rampart there. There's a whole selection of them. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things. And I guess they clip onto the actual castle building. But they don't want to go back into the hole here where they're from. So, just one. There we go. And then we have the actual castle here. And I guess that they clip together here. Why the castle has an exterior door on each side, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. But there are, right here, 5 pieces of this castle. So I guess it's a pentagon castle. That's weird. Never seen a pentagonal castle before, but I guess it works. But then you have the good stuff. And so, like this one is Maleficent. And so Maleficent matches to her fairies. And for some reason, they actually made it so that there are 3 separate fairies instead of them being all on one base, which is what I would expect. And so you have them, and they match for the color to what their cards are colored. So I guess it's easier to remember which one's which. If only I can remember which one came out of which slot here. Because that one definitely doesn't go in that slot. And so then you have Captain Hook and Tinkerbell. And then you have Jafar and Abu, who is nicely wielding the sword that he took from the captain of the guard. Because they're idiots and they all have swords apparently. And then you have Mr. Arrogance himself, Gaston, with Lumiere, who he's French and he's bubbling. Okay. And then we have Scar. Scar looks very menacing there. Very nice pose for him. And then Timon and Pumba, who look carefree and stupid like they should. So it's very impressive. Although I think they should be each holding some grubs and they are not. Because that's kind of sad they don't have food. Because they always have food. But I think that is it. It has a big plastic insert and that's it. So I guess this insert will hold them nicely. Seems like it's made well for that. And it has this slot up here in the corner, which there's nothing in it. And that is where all of those little card pieces go. All these little tokens, these little small ones go there, and then the big fat ones go next to the die here in this slot. So I like when they have a very well made box. There's too many board games that I've seen where it looks amazing in there. You get it out, you put it back, and you go and turn the box on its side, because really, how many people can fit all their board games on a shelf sitting sideways? But you go and you take your box and you stand it up like this and you hear everything just fall down. I don't like that. That's how small World of Warcraft's box is, and it's horrible. This one seems like it is very well in there. I can't say about the little small pieces because they're not in there yet, but everything else is staying pretty tight. Very little rattling. Seems like it's doing well. Seems very well designed, and we'll let you know how it goes with playing it once we get there. But that's it for today, and I hope you have a good day. And remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Have a good day and keep gaming. Bye.